One of the favorite parts of my childhood was the time before bed when Michael would read bedtime stories, my father. And there's a way that particularly old stories and mythological stories reveal psychology, reveal the archetypal tensions between each human being, because in the fractal nature of reality, every story, just like every dream, is about some part of our probable or actual selves. First of all, every story deals with our probabilities, and we're never interested in a story that does not touch on what we care about. What makes a story engaging is that it has a theme that the listener relates to. And in order to do this, it has to express deep feelings, in some relationship over time. And so really, the characters in the story are parts of ourselves relating to parts of ourselves or our probable selves. Sometimes we say, well, I think about that, right? I wonder what would happen if I did that. Or I'd love to be saying that. I'm too scared to say that, but I can imagine. There is a me that could say that, right? So we get to know our probable selves, mostly by noticing what we're most emotionally engaged with. It's also far more fun and interesting than, going to therapy or reading a book on psychology. It does the same thing, but in a way that captivates the inner child, the inner adolescent. It keeps imagery alive. Imagination is one of the most amazing synergies to emerge out of the human species. And when you tell a story, although everyone creates it slightly different, it challenges one's imagination more than to have the story interpreted and delivered in a visual format. It also is more interesting when the storyteller themselves is growing. That's always interesting, to be around someone who's growing. And so, in the community, first of all, storytelling is highlighted as, a tremendously important and enjoyable aspect of childhood, that many adults would enjoy as well. Robert Bly is a wonderful storyteller. And I remember, in my teens listening to Iron John and, the bringing in of drums. And, it was, again, an incredibly memorable and meaningful part of adolescence. So basically, anyone who, in the community, a place and a time is set aside for stories, so that anyone who wants to tell a story can come to this place, and anyone who wants to listen to a story can come to this place. And again, the app makes that more meaningful, because whoever's going to be on the roster of storyteller can sign up for an evening and publish their what's on the agenda. And then if they're signed up then for that day, and then someone, if they want to tell a story, they just go forward a couple of days until there's an opening and sign themselves up. And then that goes on the schedule. And so then there's the pairing of those that want to listen to that person telling a story, and those that want to tell the story, to get good at storytelling. It's a terrific talent to be able to engage an audience. One learns public speaking. One learns to hold attention. It's particularly powerful to learn the art of rapport. And so, a place for storytelling on most days is a tremendous richness that many people do not have. And this also, I think, because it creates community, but it also, for example, we were an isolated family telling stories. And so there wasn't as much. We wanted more stories than were there. Well, in a community, only one person is required to read or tell a story on a particular day, and as many people as want to can listen. And if a story brings the whole community in, just add a microphone and and a speaker, and everyone who wants in various places in the community can tune into that channel and listen to the story before bed.